said if he's the one who did it. It's all my fault.
What do you mean by that?
Because I was the one who broken off the relationship. I was the one who ignored him the next day.
Yeah, you really think if you hadn't ignored him, he'd suddenly become Mr. Sweetness and Law?
Well, no, but I just felt like it was, I brought this monster into Justin's life.
The prosecutors needed more evidence if they wanted to prove that David Moffat, the man Angie saw as a monster. How, for example, did David get an ID with Andy Wegener's name? Unless Andy was somehow involved.
One of the discoveries during that first search warrant was a computer box for a laptop. And that laptop was never found in this first search warrant.
So the prosecutors wrote a second search warrant. And voila, they found it, but maybe too late.
They discovered it in the bottom of a red tub that had some water in the bottom.
And you know how computers ate water. The waterlogged laptop wasn't all they found.
The red tub ended up being a gold mine of evidence.
Like what?
They found ammunition that ended up being consistent with the ammunition found at the crime scene.
And remember that shoebox they found near the car crash? It was a Nevada's brand shoebox. And in David Moffat's red tub. What do you know?
In that red tub were those Nevada shoes, size 11.
It sounded like he closed the trap for himself.
Absolutely.
They sent the wet laptop off to the computer lab, hoping maybe the tech would find something. And, surprise, surprise, they did.
And off of that computer, we were able to find the work that David Moffat had done to create a fake ID in Andy Wegener's name.
That's the one David presented to the school teacher, Drew Ball. He also created a fake Andy Wegener email address and stole that oil service receipt from his car, all of which made it obvious, said the prosecutors. David Moffat planned to get away with murder by framing a perfectly innocent man, Andy Wegener. What kind of a mind is behind that sort of behavior?
Very cold, very calculating. Tremendous amount of planning and premeditation that went into this matter. And he tried to execute it so that he wouldn't be blamed. He would get away with it.
Remember that sweatshirt left behind after the shooting? As if the killer had been sloppy.
In the sweatshirt was a boat registration that we could not figure out why it was there and what its meaning was at the time. Ultimately, several months later, we learned that boat registration belonged to the father of the registered sex offender that lived with the blocks at the crime scene. So it appeared to us, once we made that connection, that that was just another attempt to cast the blame for this on somebody else.
So convicting David Moffat of first-degree murder would surely be about as easy a task as the prosecutor could ask for. Or maybe not.
Coming up, revelations no one will believe.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
When Dateline continues.
Now he's wrong.
How hard is it to sit it like this?
Our house is no longer here, but we are here.
Now he's real.
Let's break down what we know, and then the big question's still outstanding.
News for the generation of now is NBC News Now.
We report live from Tel Aviv from Juarez, Mexico. Top story reporting from Baltimore every weeknight. It's your news playlist. Top story with Tom Knox, streaming weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now. Nearly a dozen hours of live reporters. There is some breaking news. Mexico, top story reporting from Baltimore every weeknight. It's your news playlist. Top story with Tom Knox, streaming weeknights at 7 on NBC.
News for the generation of now. It's NBC News Now.
story reporting from Baltimore every weeknight. It's your news playlist. Top Story with Tom Ellis, streaming weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
News for the generation of now is NBC News Now.
The NBC News mobile app. Get connected to your favorite news shows. For the top stories, breaking news, and live video, download the NBC News mobile app now. Report live from Tel Aviv from Juarez, Mexico. Top Story reporting from Baltimore every weeknight. It's your news playlist. Top Story with Tom Ellis, streaming weeknights at 7 on NBC News Now.
People really don't know what's going to happen. Only a dozen hours after the eye roared ashore. People to bed. There is some late breaking news for hours.
Are you comfortable with the role the Supreme Court is playing in the 2024 election? Do you bear responsibility for what's happening at the border? Is it clear who's going to govern Gaza once this war is over? If it's Sunday, it's Meet the Press.
Trials are really interesting because you get to really hear the whole picture.
Several detectives as well as law enforcement officials.
Finally, said TV reporter Stephanie. After months of secrecy, they gathered in June 2015 at the Polk County Courthouse in Des Moines for the trial, and the prosecutors revealed